Good evening, everybody. My name's Dave. Thanks for joining me, and Merry Christmas, everybody, and I hope you have a great 2024. Tonight we're going to do UHF radios. Why do we use them? Which are best? And is there a code of any sort when we use UHF radios? Why do we use them? First of all, UHF stands for Ultra High Frequency, and they're otherwise known as CB radios, or Citizen Band is the common name for UHF. Some people call them UHF CB radios. Unlike a mobile phone network, UHF does not need a network to operate. I'm reading off the screen again. It works from UHF to UHF without any network. They come in several forms. Handheld, like this one. 40 channel and 80 channel base stations. The 40 channel is the older form factor and was superseded by the newer 80 channel models on both base stations and handhelds. Most handheld devices have similar features as the large base stations, but with less power. Base stations come in several guises: the larger DIN type, the smaller compact, and the compact type with all functions on the handset. Where you want to mount your radio will help you decide which is right for you. For example, if you need to mount it into the dash, then the larger DIN type might be the best for you, especially if you're going in an old cassette player or a radio slot, something like that. If you are mounted underneath the center console or at the side of the center console, down the side of the seat, something like that, it might be easier with the smaller compact design. If you want to hide the base station and all you have is the controls available on the handset, then a compact like this will help. Lastly, if you don't want to radio anywhere, then perhaps a handheld will do the trick. So, features. Some radios have an auto squelch with a manual override. Some just have manual squelch. Squelch is a circuit function that adds to suppress the audio output of a receiver. WTF, I hear you say. But in layman's terms, it cuts out white noise and weak signal, general chatter and noise that you don't want to hear. What happens when you adjust squelch is that you're telling the radio to tune out anything below a certain threshold. If you set your squelch too high, you will not get any responses. This is especially noticeable when scanning channels. If you only want to pick up voice transmissions, you need to set the squelch just above the white noise level. Scan. All radios feature a scan function. It allows the radio to scan all 80 channels until a voice or noise is received. The radio will stop on the channel making the noise and pause. If you don't acknowledge it, it will resume scanning after about 10 seconds. Some radios will have a priority scan, where you can set a priority channel, say channel 40, and the scan will keep accessing channel 40 every 10 channels or so just as it scans. So it gives it a priority to that channel. Duplex and Simplex. This is where most people struggle. What are the differences between duplex and simplex modes? First of all, simplex. Simplex is where two radios communicate together. You could be in a convoy, it could be 10 radios. But what happens is only one person can talk at any one time. Everybody else listens. Somebody else can talk, and then everybody else listens. But that is simplex, one-way communications. Duplex mode is different because it utilizes a repeater and operates between channels 1 to 8, and on the new 80 channel radios, 41 to 48 as well. Repeaters are there to increase signal strength and distance. They listen on channels 31 to 38 and channels 71 to 78. If you incorrectly use the channel between channels 1 to 8 in simplex mode, anyone transmitting on 31 to 38 may be heard on the channel you are using. And here's why. If you and a buddy are chatting in simplex mode on channel 7, for example, and someone well out of range who cannot hear either of you transmitting, he transmits on channel 37, both of your radios will pick up the repeated transmission on channel 7, causing interference to your conversation. This depends entirely on there being a repeater that listens to channel 37 and transmits on channel 7 in your location. The way around this is not to use the channels that are designated for repeater use unless you need to, in simplex mode. Only use them if you're talking to a duplex user. Using duplex, you might need to use the repeater channel for some reason, emergency assistance or something similar is a good use for a repeater. First of all, you need to switch on duplex mode on your radio, then you'll need to search for a repeater channel. The way to do this is to set your channel to 1 and key the transmit button. If you get a signal back like this, then you're connected to a repeater tower on channel 1. If not, then try channel 2 through to 8, and if channels 41, 48 if they don't work. However, the best solution is to be prepared and look up repeater towers in the area you're going to. And you can do that at this link, which I'll repeat in the description below. The output power is the legal maximum amount of power allowed in Australia and is 5 watts. The more power, the better the range. Most base stations have a 5 watt, but handheld radios can vary from 0.5 watt to 2 watts. Antennas. UHF antennas do vary quite considerably, and it is the pattern of the signal that counts. Antennas are measured in decibels. Most radios come with around a 6 decibel antenna, which is great for all-round use. A low gain antenna, which is a short one, up to 3 dB. They will transmit a signal equally in all directions, almost like ball shaped. They will perform well in hilly and forest terrain, but at the cost of distance. They don't work well over distance. Medium gain antennas up to 6 dB are good middle ground antenna, which is why most rigs are sold with them. It achieves a reasonable distance while still passing around some moderate obstructions. High gain up to 12 dB is ideal for open areas. The signal is a flat oval that covers long distances, but at the cost of being easily interrupted by terrain. Great for using in the desert and open areas. Even though 80 channels seem a lot, there are many channels that should not be used. For example, the CFA use certain channels in an emergency, and we've already discussed there are repeater channels. Here's a list of currently allocated channels, and I'll link that down in the description as well. However, I'm going to go through the channels one by one. Channels 1 to 4 are duplex repeater channels. Channel 5 is a duplex repeater channel for emergency users only, which is monitored by emergency services. Channel 6 to 8 is a duplex repeater channel. Channel 9 is a simplex general chat channel. Channel 10 is a simplex four-wheel drivers, convoy, clubs and national parks channel. Channel 11 is a call channel. If you call somebody up in your convoy and you get to chat to them, then you're expected to move to another free-to-use simplex general chat channel. Channels 12 to 17 are simplex general chat. Channel 18 is a simplex caravan and campers convoy channel. Channels 19 to 21 are simplex general chat channels. Channel 23 and 22 are data only. 24 to 28 are simplex general chat. 29 is simplex Pacific Highway New South Wales and Bruce Highway Queensland Road channel. Channel 30 is a Chef CB broadcast channel. 31 to 34 are repeater input. 35 is a repeater input, emergency use only, same as channel 5, listened to by emergency services. 36 to 38 is a repeater input. Simplex is 39, general chat. Channel 40 is a simplex highway channel for truckers and other people on highways. 41 to 48 is a duplex repeater output channel. 49 to 60, simplex general chat. 61 to 63, reserved for future expansion. 64 to 70, simplex general chat channel. 71 to 78, repeater input. 79 to 80, simplex general chat. Radio etiquette. Aside from keeping off legislated or legally restricted channels, you can only use channels 5, 35 or 11 when absolutely necessary. If you're using channel 11 to locate a friend from a convoy, once you have established communication, you are expected to move to a different channel to continue your conversation. This way the channel is freed up for other parties who need to use it. Short distance and one-on-one conversations should be continued on any available general purpose channel. Do not swear. Remember, children use UHF, or they may be travelling in a car with a radio and can hear the chatter. Do not give out personal information or locations. Note that all communications on public channels can be heard by any user or a repeater if they're in range. However, CB radio users are generally well behaved and observe proper etiquette. Not in the city, they're not. If you know that the channel is being used, especially by locals, then show your courtesy by moving to another frequency. There may be instances when you encounter trolls and new users who don't know yet how to behave. In such cases, just avoid trolls, which are rare. They are rare in the country, they're not rare in the city. And politely inform newbies how to use a UHF radio respectfully and educate them about radio etiquette so they know better. The UHF CB radio offers an enjoyable and unique way of staying connected with your friend, camping group or convoy. More importantly, it is an essential communication device you can use during emergencies. So get the best use from your UHF CB radio. Consider the information and tips shared above next time you're out exploring. I've also got a link below to a document from King's, and it's the only reason I've got it from King's is that's the only one I can find, which is a downloadable channel chart. You can print it off and keep it in your car. Also, if you're interested, my knee's not doing bad now. I'm trying to wean myself off painkillers. I'm doing really well, and I've almost got rid of all the pain now. I just wanted to say again, Merry Christmas and thank you to everybody for 2023. Thank you for the 424 subscribers we are at the moment. And I hope to see you all in 2024. And thank you to all those people who have supported the channel. You know who you are. Thank you, and I really appreciate it. I'll see you on the next video.